Finally I fit into the bed, even though this is not how you're supposed to fit in a bed. Are there any views at all? We're probably looking at the wrong side, aren't we?
Yeah, kind of. Not a good one.
I was like, well.
Building!
Okay, so we've arrived into the hotel, which is in Asakusa, and we've been in a hotel in Asakusa before during our first trip ever, but only for like 3 nights, so we did enjoy the area, but we didn't have enough time to explore, and I really wanted to come back and kind of see more of this part of Tokyo. We took the Shinkansen from Osaka to Tokyo, and it took only 2.5 hours. It must have been the super express one, I think. It wasn't, I mean, it wasn't cheap. It was like 120 quid, but we basically arrived. We're like, here's money, get us to Tokyo. And we're like, yep, here, takes 2.5 hours. We even saw a tiny bit of Fuji. That's a success every time, but when we got into the spot where you're supposed to get like the majestic view, like a full Fuji, it just went like, nope, there's a cloud now. Now we're doing pretty well energy wise, so we're gonna go out, I think, have a look-see at what Asakusa is like right now. It's a Saturday, so it's actually quite bustling, and there's a lot of like street food and traditional shops, and I'm really excited to see them. So yeah, you guys come with us. We're gonna show you Asakusa. So this hotel is a pretty new hotel. It's I think that the first time when we went to Tokyo, this actually hasn't been built yet. It also has this like traditional Japanese mall on the bottom floors where you can buy like traditional food from different prefectures. And also, as you can see, it has this little terrace with a little garden. Like I think that I saw some like satsumas or something, maybe a tiny mikan. And yeah, that's the Tokyo Sky Tree. And also that's the temple
Sensoji.
Thank you. So in case you don't know, Asakusa is like the most traditional part of Tokyo. As you can see, on a weekend all of these tiny little stalls are open. Well, this one might not be the most traditional one because it sells like Asian main suitcases, but there's also ladies in traditional wear. There they are. And I saw a lot of like Japanese sweets and Japanese little snacks and like rice crackers, and obviously a lot of noodles going on. I wish I was hungrier. So we came in for the first time and we found this curry bun, or like curry pan, and it's deep fried. So I've never actually had a Japanese curry bun, so my first time, and already deep frying it like a true Scottish person. So far it tastes a lot like a donut. I didn't get to the curry yet. I'm into this. We need to try some. Right?
Yep. So donuts with like a kind of fried breadcrumb outside, and Japanese style spicy curry in the middle. It's delicious.
I gotta say that this area gets really busy on a weekend. Last time when we went here, it must have been a weekday because it was basically empty. I think that right now you can see that like 90% of everyone here are people, like locals from Tokyo, and the rest is tourists. So last time when I was here, it was probably just tourists. It's also a really nice area to come at night, even though all the little stores and stalls will be closed, but it's a really peaceful little area to walk around and just like see the temples. I get really self-conscious shooting here because there's so many people and they keep staring at me, and I'm just always like, So like in my peripheral vision, I always like see someone looking at me and just Okay, so these might look like sweet potato fries, but well, they technically are sweet potato fries, but they're sweet potato fries. I think that a lot of foreigners always think that this is salt, but I'm pretty sure it's sugar. Yep. So yeah, it's sweet potato fries. And in kind of winter time and autumn, you can see sweet potatoes everywhere. Like you get these little carts around Japan that sell just like baked sweet potatoes. And I've never tried it, so I thought I would at least try this because I love sweet potatoes. Although I can't say the word potato. What'd you get? Oh, you got the sensoji?
Yep.
Nice.
Very nice.
For your backpack. We're back from the outside. As you can see, we had a nice little pleasant walk through Asakusa. As the sun went down, people kind of dissipated and it started to be a lot more pleasant, and now it's kind of 7ish or 8ish maybe, 7ish probably. And the streets, especially the side streets, are actually really empty, but there's still a lot of like izakayas and nice little bars and these like hole-in-the-wall pubs that's, you know, are really alive. So like everything is still open, but there's just not as many tourists and like obviously not as many like families with kids, and it's a lot more pleasant, a lot more interesting. On our way back to the hotel, where we're having a little pit stop before we're going back out, we stopped by the mall that I mentioned that's in this hotel, and you know, they have a lot of like local produce from all the different prefectures. There's this little supermarket with like fresh produce as well from all over Japan, and they have such a great selection of these little sake cups. So like this one is this like little doggo, but we got more of them, and I'm starting to think I want to collect these. They're so cute. It kind of reminds me how when I was little we used to collect glasses where we used to collect jars that originally had French mustard in them, so they would have like the same kind of technique of print of like Asterix on them. We had a whole bunch of them. So yeah, we're gonna drink some of this now and then go out again. Okay, so the original plan was to go have some nice Wagyu beef, but they were totally overbooked, so we didn't get into the nice place. Instead, we found a nice kaiten sushi place, which is that you order on a little iPad thingy, and then a magical little flying carpet full of sushi comes to you.
Okay,
what are you ordering?
Well, drinks, and then we've got fatty tuna and some sort of delicious salmon.
Delicious salmon bits. Well, I think I'm gonna have the carefully selected gem. And we're back in the street where we pretty much started today. If you remember, this was full of people, locals, tourists. These are the little shops where we got our, what was it? Fried karapan. And now it's all empty. Boop. we're going back to our room, and tomorrow some more exciting plans. Thank you guys for staying with us for today's vlog. It was kind of unplanned because I thought we would come a lot later than we did. Thanks to the magic that is Japanese Shinkansen, we were here in 2 hours 30. So yeah, Asakusa is always awesome, so I really recommend staying here if you're planning to be in Tokyo. And I'll see you tomorrow.